Hey guys, I'm Sean and this is Jade.
Hey!
And we just got back from Disneyland Paris and we just thought we'd do a little roundup of, I guess, what we were expecting, what we actually got, and our final thoughts on Are We Too Old for Disneyland. If you haven't seen it, we also have a little vlog, little 5-minute vlog going, so do be sure to check that out if you want to see what it was like when we were actually there.
Yeah.
So first off, what were you expecting when we went? When we were on our way, what did you think we were going to get?
Well, I had been to Disneyland more recently than Sean, but saying that, I hadn't been to Disneyland for 10 years. So I feel like I had quite clear memories of what Disneyland was like, but also I was vaguely concerned that we would be too old for it.
Yeah.
Because obviously a lot of it is based around kids' rides and
kids' movies.
Fluffy characters.
Yeah.
So
I was in the same boat. I definitely thought I was going to be a little bit too old and that there would be just not enough to keep me going as an adult. You know, there's enough, if you're into the films and you have that nostalgia feeling for Disney and Pixar and Marvel and Star Wars now, that there'd be a little bit to get you going, but the actual rides themselves wouldn't be enough to sort of fill out a day or 2 days for what we did.
I needed to scratch my nose.
Oh, that's okay.
Are you going to cut that out?
Yeah.
I think the main thing that I was thinking as well is that just in terms of our different personalities, I'm quite childish anyway.
Yeah.
So I figured that I would definitely be able to make the most out of it, but maybe Sean wouldn't enjoy it as much because obviously it's not a particularly mature setting. And then my other major apprehension before we went was that prior to this holiday, I hadn't been on a roller coaster since I was 7, and even then I don't remember enjoying it. So I had like, you know, years of getting onto roller coasters and then getting back off because I was freaked out. So I knew that if I wasn't able to go on rides this holiday, that would make it even worse for you.
Yeah. So there was pressure.
Yeah.
There was a lot of pressure. So, what did you think? 2 days, you haven't been back in, what, 7 or 8 years?
10.
10 years. Right. What did you think?
I loved it. I think we had the best time. I was so happy the whole time. The first day when we walked in, I was just like cheesing ear to ear. The park was decorated for Halloween, and I love Halloween. And it was just so much fun.
Yeah.
Really awesome. What do you think?
I was shocked. I was genuinely surprised. I had one of the best holidays I can remember.
Aww.
Yeah. All closed off with some of the most impressive fireworks I've ever seen, and to know that they do it every day, they kind of just press reset every morning.
It's beggars belief.
Yeah,
the fireworks were unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The music, the feeling, the food, it's all great. It's pretty much perfect. I feel like they've hit a formula that just works.
And in terms of the roller coasters, we went on every single one.
We did.
I was tough. And as two adults, there was loads of couples walking around.
A lot of couples.
On the second day, we were totally exhausted, and our shoulders were sore, so we ended up going on a lot of the kids' rides, and even those are fun. Like, they just are. It's so much fun. Yeah.
So my one concern, and it is just one, and it didn't actually affect our trip this time, is I think Disneyland isn't necessarily keeping up with the times in terms of what's available technology-wise. A lot of the rides depend on animatronic sort of dolls and
they do it well though.
mannequins from the 60s and 70s. Like, that's what they feel like.
Yeah.
They feel like if you had gone to a haunted mansion in the 60s and 70s, this is what you would have got. Sure, they've done it to a really high standard and it still feels a little bit magical.
I would definitely say as well, like, obviously we'll have a different experience if we ever go back with kids, but 2 days was more than enough. Like, we went on a lot of the rides multiple times. It is tiring and it is expensive. So whilst we had the best time, you definitely don't need longer than that.
On a side note, definitely recommend going in October. It was quiet, there were barely any lines, it was Halloween themed.
The longest we queued for a ride was 30 minutes, which was crazy. And going in October is the best because Jack, the Pumpkin King, was walking around, which just filled my little spooky heart with joy.
You'll see the French Jack in our vlog.
Yeah, Jacques.
Jacques.
To summarise,
wrap it up.
We're not too old for Disneyland. Nobody's too old for Disneyland. It's a blast.
Not too old yet. Not too old yet. I feel like in 5 years' time, and my legs have gone to shit, I might be too old. It was hard going after a while. I mean, we must have walked 15-20 miles a day. It's hard going.
At least.
So it kind of works when we're young and in our 20s. Hope you enjoyed. We definitely recommend going, especially in October.
Check out our vlog, it's really cute.
Yeah, it is pretty cute. Alright, bye.